Hello everyone, my name is Heidi and welcome back to my channel here on Baby Name Sunday. Now this week's video, we are going to be taking a look at some uncommon baby names for girls. So these are going to be some unusual and unique baby girl names that you don't hear often. This is a wonderful list and lots of you have been waiting for this one. And just before I start it, I did want to say thank you to everyone who did submit some names for today's list, as it will be a mixture of your names but also my names as well. So let's get on into it. Starting the list off, we have the name Elea, spelled E-L-A-I-A, Elea. It's a gorgeous Greek and Basque-rooted name, meaning either olive tree or bird. Then we have this sweet nature name Prairie, spelled P-R-A-I-R-I-E, Prairie. This is such a sweet, happy kind of nature name that I feel is very underused. Definitely more of like a southerny vintage flair to it, but I love it so much. Another wonderful one here that was sent in is the name Sonora, spelled S-O-N-O-R-A, Sonora. This is a wonderful name if you want that nickname of even Nora. I think that this is a great longer form there, and Sonora is actually a Mexican state name, or I guess it's a place name. I have Nava, spelled N-A-V-A, Nava. This one has been just absolutely in my mind recently, and it's a Hebrew rooted name meaning pretty, pleasant, and desirable. Another one here that's been on my mind is the name Bambi, spelled B-A-M-B-I, Bambi. You have that Disney inspiration there. You also have animal inspiration, as Bambi is a baby deer, and I think this is just so playful, so cute, and I can really see this as an animal name rising in the future. I also love the name Mela, spelled M-A-E-L-A, Mela. This is a gorgeous old Celtic rooted name meaning chief or prince, or I guess it could be like queen as well. But Mela is so sweet as well if you want that nickname of May, which is also a very trendy, very popular, kind of classic name for a little girl. Moving on to our next one here, another kind of nature inspired name is Skyleigh, spelled S-K-Y-L-E-I-G-H, or preferably for me, I would definitely do like S-K-Y-L-E-E or L-I-E. I think those are super cute spelling derivatives for this one. I think it's so adorable, and it means meadow beneath the sky. Ruella, spelled R-U-E-L-L-A, Ruella, with the nicknames of like Ella and Rue. This one is another alternative form of the French name Rue, meaning pathway. Then I have Mavely, spelled M-A-V-A-L-I-E, Mavely, or it could be Mavely as well. This one was a gorgeous one that was sent in from one of my girlfriends over on Instagram, Brittany, and this one's a modern mix, meaning pleasant meadow. Now, if you guys have made it this far in the video, please do consider subscribing, hit that thumbs up button down below, and then make sure you guys are leaving a comment as well with maybe your favorite name so far on the list, but also at the end what your all-time favorite name was from today's list. Maybe if you would add any as well. Next up here, a really pretty one that's kind of like a feminine version of a boy's name is Rafa, spelled R-A-F-A, Rafa. So as you guys can hear that, it is the feminine form of Raphael, and this one, Rafa, is actually an Arabic rooted name meaning happiness and prosperity. I also have this sweet neutral name Teddy, spelled T-E-D-D-I-E, Teddy. Love this boy's name for a girl, but totally can work for a girl as well. And it's a Greek rooted name meaning gift of God. Seela, spelled S-E-E-L-A, Seela. I love this spelling. It's a name of many origins, and it means rock, mountain, or safe and sound. For my next name here, I kind of made it up in a way, but it's the name Milane, spelled M-I-L-A-Y-N-E, Milane. I liked the kind of like Mila sound in it, but I also love the name Lane for a little girl. But actually this name is derived from the place name Milan. So like Milana or Milani, Milane. What do you guys think about that one? I also have Halona, spelled H-A-L-O-N-A, Halona. This one's a Native American name meaning happy fortune. Then I have the name Ireya, spelled I-R-E-Y-A, Ireya. I love the spelling and the look of this name. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's both a Greek and Hebrew rooted name, meaning peaceful and watchful. I also have the animal name here, Lark, spelled L-A-R-K-E, Lark. Very unusual, and I feel underused quite a bit, but I find that like lark, sparrow are really great new kind of alternatives to wren, because wren's a very popular choice right now. So what about that name Lark, or even Larka for your little girl? Switching things up here a bit, I have the name Zofia, spelled Z-O-P-H-I-A, Zofia. Now obviously this is a modern kind of Z alternative to the name Sophia, and this one's a Greek rooted name meaning wisdom. Then I have Tassie, or you could pronounce it as Tassie as well, and this is a Chamorro rooted name meaning ocean or the sea. I love how it's only 4 letters, a little bit more short, but very unusual. I also have Jeddah, spelled J-E-D-D-A, Jeddah. This has a very like peppy kind of funky kind of sound for a little girl, and it literally means pretty girl, black gemstone, bird, or ancestor of woman. Portland, spelled P-O-R-T-L-A-N-D, Portland. This is a place name, but it's also a surname, and this place name means land near the port. So it's a kind of a cool nautical name. I'm loving the name Daya, spelled D-A-Y-A, Daya. Another gorgeous 4-letter name here. It's Hindi rooted, meaning compassionate. Then I have 2 kind of spelling pronunciations for our next one here. So I have the name Sioni or Siona. So S-E-O-N-I or O-N-A. Definitely depends on how you feel and what you like, if you want that I ending or the A. And this one's a Hebrew, Celtic, and Hindi rooted name meaning goddess gracious, stars, or it has kind of like an animal goddess inspiration too, fox goddess, which I thought was really cool. Making our way down the list here, guys. Next up, I know a lot of you will love this one. It's the name Airla, spelled A-I-R-L-A, Airla. This is such a sweet, very cute sounding name. I love the nickname Air or Airy for this one. And this one's a Greek rooted name meaning ethereal, which I love that meaning. Another ethereal choice here is Pixie, spelled P-I-X-I-E, Pixie. I would use this and scoop it up in a heartbeat. I think it's so cute, so fun. It's both a Swedish and Cornish rooted name meaning fairy. I also have the name Eloise, spelled E-L-O-I-E, Eloise. It's kind of like a Zoe and Eloine kind of mix, but this one actually means famous warrior. Then for a great longer form of Winnie, what about the name Winiva, spelled W-I-N-E-V-A, Winiva. This is a beautiful Welsh and Hebrew mixed name meaning blessed life. And with the nicknames here, you can do Eva, you can do Neva, or you can even do Win or Winnie. So lots of really cute, trendy nicknames from such an unusual and unique name. A little bit more of a vintage choice here, guys. We have the name Claudie, spelled C-L-A-U-D-I-E, Claudie. I kind of took this as like a nickname form of Claudia, which I find kind of cute and underused, with nicknames being absolutely rising on the charts right now. This is so fun and unique. It's a Latin and Roman rooted name meaning enclosure. Then for an L-E-Y ending name here is Kamsley, spelled K-A-M-S-L-E-Y, Kamsley, with that nickname of Cam. This one means meadow by the river. I have this spunky name Electra, spelled E-L-E-C-T-R-A, Electra. This is like literally what it means is shining and bright, and I think that's exactly kind of what it gives off. It has this like electrifying kind of persona and spirit omen around them, and I think it's so fun, especially with kind of those really bold and maximalistic kind of word names that have been coming about. Electra, I think this is so cool. I also have Kione, spelled K-H-I-O-N-E, Kione. This is a really cute Greek mythology nymph name meaning snow. Retta, spelled R-H-E-T-T-A, Retta, with those nicknames of Rhett or even Etta. This is beautiful. It's a Latin rooted name meaning speaker. It also has a very vintage sound to it as well, like Henrietta or Loretta, just doing Retta, and I think that's really beautiful. I have Imlie, spelled I-M-L-I-E, Imlie. This is completely new to me, and I think it's super sweet. An I name that is definitely very rare, and it's a Hindi rooted name. It's actually kind of like a nature name. It means tamarind spice or tree. Now, before I finish off with the last two names on the list, if you guys are on the hunt for names or you need some help creating a name list for yourselves, I do offer one-on-one name consultations where I can create and curate a list just for you. Now, if you have any questions about that, you can email me with the email right here. You can also send me a DM over on Instagram if you have any quick questions, but I would definitely get back to you ASAP. Now, that brings me down to my last two names here. So I have and love this neutral name for both boys and for girls, but I love the name Madden, spelled M-A-D-D-Y-N. Now, this was or is going to be used for an upcoming little girl. I think that is so cool, so chic, but really pretty as well, Madden. And I find this one a really great modern Madison name, or even Madeline as well. And Madden is an Irish rooted name meaning little dog, which I think is a really cute meaning as well. Then that brings me to my final name on today's list here. Another kind of cutesy nicknamey style name that definitely could work for either boys, girls, for absolutely anyone is the name Rennie, spelled R-E-N-N-I-E, Rennie. And this one is a Scottish, French, and Japanese rooted name. You can have that nickname of Wren, which is so sweet, and it means powerful counsel, reborn, water lily, and lotus. So tons of great animal inspiration, but it also has this kind of powerful aura about it too, with like powerful counsel, strength. I love that behind a little girl, or for a boy as well, can totally work for absolutely anyone. That is it with today's name list. I hope you guys enjoyed all of these amazing, unusual girls' names. Please let me know if you added any to your own personal names list. Leave those down below, and then also leave down below if you have any other names that you could add to this list that are unique and unusual, or maybe super underrated. I love when I find some new underrated names, especially when they're like familiar, but you have that kind of thing where it's like, oh my goodness, yes, nobody ever uses that name, but it's amazing. Anyways, guys, take care. I hope you guys are staying safe and warm, and I will see you guys next Sunday with another baby names list. All right, take care. Bye.